So began Smallville 9 years ago, the story of the young Clark Kent and how he would eventually become the one, the only, Man of Steel. Now, as the show begins its 10th and final season, let's catch up on the world of Kid Superman. Here are 10 things you need to know about Smallville. The boy in primary colors has come quite a way since his early days as a high school student who just learned he was an orphaned alien. Back then, Clark had to work to master his newfound superpowers while also hiding his true identity from his friends. Luckily for fans, Smallville actually lets its characters age. So we've followed Clark as he graduated from high school, struggled with his Kryptonian heritage, and even became a college dropout. He would eventually take a job at the Daily Planet in the big city of Metropolis while also dressing in black and assuming the alter ego, the Blur, to fight crime. Every good hero needs an arch foe, but a funny thing happened on the way to Smallville. Lex Luthor turned out to be Clark's best friend.
Thanks, Dad.
The show began with the farm boy saving the rich kid's life, and while Lex would become increasingly dark over the course of the show, his bond with Clark was always a strong one, for better or worse. Eventually, his quest for supremacy led him to steal some of the future Soup's powers and to a Season 7 showdown with Clark in the Fortress of Solitude, which Lex took down around him. Lex reared his cue ball briefly in Season 8 and then went bye-bye. But no one that bad stays dead for long. Our Kryptonian crystals tell us we may see Lex again in Year 10. Aside from Lex, Smallville has managed to mix familiar villains from the Superman mythos with new creations altogether. Starting with the meteor freaks of the week from Season 1 and continuing on to more arc-centric baddies like Lex's dad Lionel, Brainiac, Doomsday, and Zod, the show has proven pretty successful at taking big, sometimes cosmic villains and condensing them to a TV scale. The show hasn't shied away from depicting other DC superheroes either. While we're never getting a Batman crossover, versions of The Flash, Aquaman, Cyborg, and Green Arrow have all showed up over the years, even joining together to form an early version of the Justice League in Season 6. More recently, this league met their Golden Age counterparts, the Justice Society. And don't forget heroes like Supergirl, the Legion, and Martian Manhunter. They even got the Oreo thing right. Being a superhero is tough. Yeah, right! As feared and misunderstood as Clark has been, we've got to think it was all worth it just for the amount of action he's gotten. He nabbed the hottest cheerleader in high school despite his dweeb status. Then he graduated to an older woman in Lois Lane. And don't forget the second base action involving his best pal Chloe. Way to reinforce a gal's low self-esteem, Clark.
Now more than ever, Clark.
Many people close to Clark have died over the years. Let's take a moment to remember those we've lost. Smallville isn't all hot girlfriends and dead people, though. There's actually been a full rotating cast of humans and superfolk alike. At first it was just his folks, and Chloe and Pete, fellow losers on the high school newspaper with Clark. Then he moved up in the world to his frenemy Lex, while also dueling for Lana's affections with football hero Whitney. Yeah, remember him? Eventually, Pete left town, Lana did the soap opera thing and married Lex, and left town, and Clark's folks were mostly written out of the show. But who needs those guys when you've got Lois Lane, Jimmy Olsen, and they may not call him Superman yet, but Clark Kent is all about the super. From flying, despite the show's no flights, no tights rule, to spying on the girls' locker room, Smallville has made us believe a man could be a criminal voyeur. Marvel has their Nick Fury, and DC has Amanda Waller, the character who could possibly be the tie that binds the bigger Smallville universe together in the future. The head of the mysterious government agency Checkmate, Waller is a puppet master in the superpowered world. In the comics, she's also run the Suicide Squad and worked with Lex Luthor, and while her current status on the show is unclear, don't be surprised to see her again in Season 10. As we enter the final year of Smallville, Clark will face the biggest threat of his career in Darkseid. In the comic books, he's an immensely powerful new god who rules over the horrific planet Apokolips. On TV, expect a somewhat scaled-down version of the character, and yet, this being the last season of the show, this villain will likely provide the most epic battle for Clark yet. And could it be that we'll finally see the famous red and blue tights? Like the man said, somebody save me.